Hey everyone, welcome. It's Rick with another live extravaganza. Today, tonight, Friday night. I doubt anybody's going to be on tonight. I really do because you're probably out having fun and partying. But I just did like a one of my abstracts, and I use fluorescent colors. I use fluorescent colors with these abstracts, and then I had a whole bunch of fluorescent colors on my palette, so I thought, well, let me try and do a landscape with those fluorescent colors and see how it comes out. Like a traditional, realistic landscape with bright colors. So here's my palette. I'll show you. I got fluorescent green, fluorescent blue, purple, pink, fluorescent yellow. I put white already in some of these for my sky. Black and white. I put black in the fluorescent green to get like my sap green for the dark trees. How I got this is burnt umber. I just took some of the green and pink and got like a fluorescent burnt umber. So, because they don't make fluorescent burnt umber, so I had to create it myself. But I think it's going to come out cool. I'm going to paint it like the way I usually do. Uh, I'm not going to sketch it out because if this dark color dries, the light colors are not going to cover it. So I'm not going to sketch it. I'm just going to have a sky with some mountains, and I'll have to create it on the spot. So I'm going to get started. This is going to be pretty fun. Fun on a Friday night. Yeah. Yeah, with nobody in the live stream. I just created some killer shorts with this abstract painting I just came up with. They're pretty awesome. I put this classical music behind it, and it looks really cool. Like the music is going perfect with my arm, because it was a time lapse video. Everything was going fast, but I thought it was a pretty cool short. Probably won't get many views, but that's all right because I like it. That's all that matters. It's innovative and creative. That's all I care about. I come up with something new every week, something kind of cool. So what I'm going to do is I got fluorescent blue and purple, fluorescent purple, and I'm going to use that. I'm going to start off with a fluorescent blue sky. I'm going to paint the way I do with the traditional landscape. And it might end up looking okay. I don't know. Because I did put white in that fluorescent blue. Here's the blue that it looks like out of the tube. It's really bright blue. But by putting white in it, I kind of toned it down a little. Now the funny thing with these fluorescent colors, as the painting goes on, it gets brighter and brighter. The colors, they don't get bright until they dry. So, and they keep getting brighter and brighter as the day goes on. So they're kind of cool. So I got some purple. I'll put some purple up on the top. If you get, this is pretty, it's a lot darker than that blue. So if you ever get like two colors like this, just grab a little white titanium white and put it right in between the two, and then just kind of blend them in a little. That's the way I do it. I mean, there's other ways to do it. Wipe your brush off and then kind of blend the two where they come together, and then you'll kind of get rid of the hard line in there, just like that. I'm going to do some white around the edges like I usually do. Even though these are fluorescent colors, I'm going to do it the same way I usually do a regular landscape. I'm going to bring it down to the mountains with white. Little titanium white around the mountains. I'll put my mountains in here somewhere. I'm going to use a dark gray like I usually do. So if you're, I think this is something maybe, I think the ladies might like this one, because they're fluorescent colors, and it's going to be a traditional landscape. I think it's going to look pretty awesome, really. I mean, who would, because usually if you use those fluorescent colors, things will turn out looking like a cartoon, but I think the way I paint, I'm going to try and make it look as real as possible, but I kind of want it to look kind of cartoonish too. I don't want it to look, I kind of want it to look like I guess I could say cartoonish looking. That's a cool looking sky. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a sky look that bright before with those type of colors. I'm going to make my blue come out a little more here. Add a little more blue to it. I can't wait to try the clouds up here when this dries. I think the clouds are going to look awesome on that. Almost looks like Easter egg type colors, pastel. Okay, so now I'm going to put my mountains in like a grayish, a light gray. I actually want to bring the sky down a little more, so. My mountains will be in here, I'm thinking. I don't have my phone up here, so I can't tell if there's anybody in the, I'll have to look over here. Nobody's in here yet. And this is the first time I've ever done this, so. Somebody will watch it later, but if you're new to my type of painting, I like to start in the sky and I'll work my way down, just putting in the basic colors first. And then I'll start designing the trees and the bushes and the water, putting snow on the mountains and clouds. But I'm just trying to get some color on the first underpaint, okay? And I use, this is an acrylic brush, okay? It's a number 12 filbert. This 16 by 20. I usually use this brush to get my first layer of paint down, okay? I'm just going to mix on the palette. I'm going to mix some white and black. get a light gray. I'm going to put a little fluorescent blue in it, just so it has some kind of fluorescent color in it. I almost don't really want to use this gray, but I think I need to use it. Because it's what I use on my mountains usually. I'll try and lighten it up just a little. I'm going to put a main peak right here in the center. Maybe I'll put a couple peaks up there. And then we'll have some other peaks over here. I actually want the mountains kind of big. So maybe I'm going to bring them down a little more. Maybe put another small peak here. So they have more bumps across the back. Since this is the first time I'm doing a fluorescent landscape, I think I'll just run my mountains like straight across. Like we're just looking at the mountains. Maybe I'll put some water down here. Just like that. I want to make them a little bigger. I'm going to use the light blue from the sky now and add it to the bottom of my mountains. I'm going to rinse my brush off. And add some blue to the bottom. And I'm going to try and create a valley in here. Like a V shape here. This is a fluorescent blue mixing with the gray. Just trying to make things happen up there. Nice valley here. It's funny how the English language works so perfect. It's pretty amazing, the English language, if you think about it, how just the way everything works. I don't have a good example right now, which I really don't want to talk about that, but like a valley, usually looks like a V, right? So V for valley. Although this is a long V, it's not. All right, there's my mountains. That's looking good. So what I have now, let me show you my colors. I got a lot of fluorescent colors. And I don't have yellow ochre, but I'm going to mix some yellow in my fluorescent burnt umber and try and make some yellow ochre. And I think I want to I'll put a hill here. Then there'll be a maybe green back here. And then I'm just going to kind of layer some hills in here like this, pretty much. I'm not going to go overboard with this. This is the first time, like I said, I'm using these fluorescent colors. So I'll have a hill, and then I can put my trees accordingly to the sizes That's all I want to do. I don't think I'm going to put water in here. What I'd like to do is maybe put like a pathway later on coming over all these hills and then bring the pathway through from all the way back there. So I'm going to make this hill here, I'll make that light green. Let me show you my colors. So all fluorescent colors. So here's my lightest green. Let me just put that back here for now on this distant hill here. I'm just going to block them in with colors for now. Now I want yellow ochre here, but you don't have yellow ochre in fluorescent colors. So I got to take my fluorescent yellow and add a little of my burnt umber to it. And then that should make, yeah, a yellow ochre. See that? Doesn't that look cool? Fluorescent yellow ochre. We'll put that there. Now I'm going to put green here. I'll probably put more yellow ochre maybe down. How's this going here? I'll bring this hill across like this. I guess I need a little more yellow ochre down here. Alright, so I'm going to put green here. So I got some more fluorescent green here. I'm just going to add it into the light green to make it darker. Because I want it to get darker now as we move forward. And then I'll have probably yellow ochre, some more yellow ochre, then brown dirt down there. So I'm going to mix some more yellow and burnt umber. And I'll put some more yellow ochre here. And I'm going to make this dark burnt umber here. Just like that, just to get all my underpaint done. There we go. I like that. I could have put some water down here if I wanted to. Alright, there's my underpaint. Let me see how it looks in the frame. Make sure everything's in focus. Wow. It still looks like a regular landscape, like how I do with the normal colors. But all these colors are fluorescent colors. These are, I'm using these colors right here. Yellow, blue, green, pink. All fluorescent colors. The only color that's not fluorescent is the black and white. I made the gray, but I think it's going to come out good. It's funny, you know, if you've watched me paint before, I have to mix black in my sap green. So I mixed black in the fluorescent green and got this really dark green for my trees. We'll see how it looks. It might end up looking okay. All right, I'm going to do some clouds real quick. Now the clouds are just going to come out normal because, I mean, I use white all the time for clouds. Maybe I should put a little pink in it. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to put a little pink in the white. So that way I have like a fluorescent color for clouds, okay? It'll still look white, but we'll put a little bit of pink in it. Having fun today. I've done a lot of painting today. And I actually did a lot of work too today. Wow, I really like those clouds. They're not bright white, but I mean they got a little pink in them, so that's cool. This painting, if it comes out looking good, I'm going to be amazed because, I mean, these are all fluorescent colors. I saw a cloud out there the other day. It was just like this. Just a round cloud. All right, that's enough clouds for now. It's time to do the snow in the mountains. I'm thinking today I might use a brush up there. I might just use a brush instead of a knife today. I don't know. We could do that. It'll make the mountain look a lot different than, because the knife, when you use a knife, the paint lays on top of the paint. When you use a brush, it's going to blend in and it's going to look different. Let's try brush today. How's that sound? So I'll use a number 6 round to put my snow up here. Now, if you've seen me do my mountains with the knife, this is not going to look like that. It's going to look a little different. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try and make it look like a knife. different type of style here. But if you're someone that doesn't like to use a knife, uh, you can do your mountains like this. All right. I kind of like that. It's a different style, but still it looks really good. Let me put some kind of of my pathway coming from probably way back there, then hop it up on here and come forward with it. All right, that's looking good. So I'm going to use fluorescent colors here now on the the shadow side. I'm going to mix some blue and white. Fluorescent blue and white. Let's start on the main peak here. Let's see how that's looking. It's not bad. Not bad. It's just something different. Maybe I should have made this blue a little darker. I could have added some purple to it, maybe. All right, there's the mountains. Okay, good. That was just a wet brush. I cleaned this brush and it had a little water on it, and I just blended most of these to try and get the colors to blend together. Just at the bottom. I leave the top alone so it looks nice and crisp, you know. I like those mountains, even though I didn't use a knife. I think Ellie might like that because I know Ellie doesn't like to use a knife. Cool. This is looking pretty good for fluorescent colors. Oh, I haven't even been checking my chat room. Oh, nobody's chatting anyway, so. Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you showed up today. This, I'm kind of experimenting today. Using all fluorescent colors except for the gray and the white. So far, it's coming out good. I think for my trees back here, I'm going to try that sap green I got. I put black in it. Well, it's not sap green, it's fluorescent green with black in it. I'm going to put some trees up here. There's the fluorescent green with black in it. I think I want to lighten it up though. I don't think I should put it that dark back there. So I'm going to take a little of it over here and maybe grab a little white. Fluorescent green with black in it. Let's try some. It's like a grayish, it's like a grayish green. It might be okay for these distant trees. Yeah, I like it. Put some on this side. Boo-doo-boo, boo-doo-doo-doo-boo. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm going to try and put some hills in here like this. Some shadows. Alright, I'm going to put some bushes here. In the front here. And I want to run a big tree up here. I'm going to use that dark green I made. Fluorescent green with black in it. We'll put a big evergreen tree right there. One of those tall, skinny ones. I think I got room. I'll put a small one here. I'm almost thinking it doesn't matter what colors you use for landscape, but I mean, it's going to look almost as good as the ones I do with, regular paint. I don't know. I don't see a difference yet. The only difference I see is that this is brighter. That's about it. It's still going to look realistic to me, so I'm almost, I mean, if you guys are just starting out painting, you can almost use any color for a landscape. Because, I mean, I'm going to probably cover this green up, and it's going to look bright, but it may end up looking all right because I'll put some bushes here like this. So I mean, it's still going to look okay. It's just a brighter green, that's all. Really having fun with this one. Hopefully, you guys, you see the way I'm painting. Hopefully you're picking up some ideas. This is number 2 oil fan brush that I use for the trees because it makes the branches really cool and it makes these bushes really easy with this fan brush. It's one of my favorite brushes, the number 2 fan brush. I can't believe it. It looks just as good as when I used those expensive colors. Like these colors I'm using here are all like, you know, $5 a tube. These are like these are pretty much the cheapest paint you can buy, you know. Liquitex Basics acrylic. You can't get any more less expensive than that. I have to say it. I mean, it looks okay to me. This one might even sell better than the other ones. Who knows? I'll test it out. I'll hang this one tomorrow. My buddy said I could hang a couple at his bar down the street. I'll try them over there and see if these sell. Let's see, this here, those are there, so I can put a bigger tree here. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-bow. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-bow. I don't know what color to highlight these though. That's the question. I got a bunch of fluorescent yellow. I got fluorescent green. Let's try the fluorescent green on these bushes right here. I'm going to put like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bushes right here. I'm going to try the fluorescent green. See what it looks like. I'm going to have to put some yellow in it. Ba-da-ba. Yeah, it's too light. Let me mix a little pink and yellow. Oh, I see. I still had gray. I still had gray on there. Do 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 do. Yeah, I like those colors better, so let's do this. There we go. I just found out why they're not too good. The fluorescent colors aren't too good for highlighting. That's one bad thing about them. I think if I would have put white in the color first, it would have helped it out a bit. Doo doo. It's not too bad. I kind of like this. I gotta fix these bushes though. I don't like those. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, little Jimi Hendrix, huh? It's all fluorescent. It's not, I mean, everything looks okay to me, except I messed these bushes up. I want to try and redo these bushes a little bit. I'm going to take off that yucky color and redo these. Oh, you know what I'm going to do in this one? These look like rocks. Yeah, I could make them rocks. I think I'm going to put a birch tree in this one. Right up here, right through the middle, man. I haven't done a birch tree in a while. Let me fix these bushes up real quick. Let that dry, then I'll try and highlight those again. Yeah, I'm gonna do a birch tree. I forgot about the old birch tree. So black and my brown that I made, and a wet brush. Let's put a birch tree. I might have to get in the way here for a second. Right up here. Nice. I like that. Ba-da-bam, ba-da-da-da-da. All right, that looks cool. What do you think of the birch tree? Yeah, I like that. And I could put some flowers around here. Pretty cool. I really don't see much of a difference with the fluorescent colors, except, you know, this is a lot greener, and that's yellow. Fluorescent yellow, fluorescent green. I mean, it just looks brighter. Let me try. I'm gonna have to try a, a heavier color here on these bushes. Like like a pinkish color, I think. That'll work. Red, pinkish bushes there. All right, cool. I'll put a few bushes down here. And I'll put some bushes around the tree here. All right, now I like it. Let's see where I'm at. About 1 hour, not bad. It's not my favorite painting because I didn't use a knife up here on the mountains. It looks okay, but I'm gonna use a light blue for the birch tree. Let's see how good this looks. Still looks white. I can't remember if it was you, Glowy, that told me your name before. I can't remember because I kept calling you Glowy Chloe. If you wanted me to call you something else, I don't remember. If it was you, you can tell me and I'll write your name down so I don't forget. There's the birch tree. Wow, that looks good. Wow. I think I need to put another, no, that looks pretty good. I actually like the mountains. I didn't use a knife today. I used a brush on the mountains. And all that, it looks pretty good, all the work I did with the brush. Some people rather have brush work, you know. Yeah, they look different than, let me grab another painting, because when I do them with a knife, the mountains come out different. That's not a good example there. Yeah, here's the mountains with the knife. See how the snow looks a lot brighter, you know. When you use a brush, it kind of blends in more, you know. But either way is fine. Let's put a bird up there and see what it looks like. Wow. Yeah, it's going to look good. If you just tuned in, I got a friend down. I live in Seattle. My friend owns a bar, and he said I can hang 3 or 4 of these in his bar in the hallway. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. Go. That way I'll have another place to hang them here in Seattle. Three birds. Let's put one down here. Couple down here. Yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in on a Friday night. I thought most of you would be out. It is Friday, right? Yeah. Uh-oh. My brush isn't, it's not working right. Yep. It's making them too fat. So I can't do any twigs with this. Let me try and clean it. What's going on with this thing? There we go. Some twigs in there. Have you guys seen the abstract stuff I've been doing? I put a couple of those abstract uh, shorts on just a while ago. I put this classical music behind one of my time-lapse videos where I was like going like this really fast. It looks pretty cool with the music. because I'm keeping in time with the classical music, and it looks pretty cool. I think it looks cool, but I kind of want to do something with these bushes. I don't know what. They didn't really come out too good. These bushes here, or these. It's not my favorite painting, but ba-da-ba, but it's all right. I'm going to try and swipe some color up on these uh, there we go. That looks good enough. Put some grass out here. Do 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 do. All right, what do you think about that one? I think I'm about done. Jane, okay. No, I do know this one girl that runs a coffee shop here, but I haven't asked her yet. And I don't think they would look good like in like a Starbucks, because everything in a Starbucks looks like modern, you know. But this other coffee shop I go to looks, it's more old school. So yeah, they might work. It might work in that coffee shop. I'll ask her. Her name is Genevieve, so that'll be cool. I want to put some something on this transition here. There we go. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end this one here. I think it came out pretty good. Different, but I mean, it still looks almost like how I usually do them. Except the grass is really green and bright, you know? So I'm not going to, I probably won't do one of these again with the fluorescent colors. but I'll definitely use the fluorescent for my abstract stuff. Yep, the grass is always greener on the other side. That's true. I thought it was going to look a little more dramatic with using fluorescent colors, but it really doesn't look that much difference than the way I usually paint them. So, but there you go. I did it. Let me try and put some grass up front real quick. So I'll use that same brush, like how I swiped this grass up here. You could do that in these areas here. I don't know if that helps any, but doesn't really make much of a difference. But as you get the foreground, you should start putting more things in up here, like flowers and stuff, when you get this close to the front. I might do that later. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Let's see if they still have all the same functions they give me. The sketch, silver. Kind of looks cool in black and white. $30 a coffee? Wow. I hear you, man. Yeah, if you go in with like 3 people and yeah, I'll buy your coffee. It's like $50. What? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I've been see the last year. I've seen a lot of big difference in the prices at the grocery store too. I mean, if you buy your own groceries, you know that you only get one little small bag. It's like $50 for nothing, you know. Yep. Yeah, I make my coffee at home as well sometimes, but there you go. That's cool that you know how to plant. There's not too many of you left out there. I'm in Seattle, so a lot of my friends live across on the islands, like Lopez Island, Whidbey Island, and they all have their own little gardens out there too. They got their own wells, their own water wells. Yeah, everybody's forgotten that. You know, we all depend on the grocery store. So if something ever happens, there's a lot of us going to be hurting. Your grandma was a hippie, huh? Right on, guys. You'd fit right in over here in Washington. You guys have a good night, and make sure if you're new, go make sure you subscribe. I'd love to have you come aboard. I pretty much do a live stream every day, sometime during the day. Right on, good job. You guys have a good night, and cheers. Yeah, the Bohemian Gypsies. I hear you. See you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you, Chloe, Jane. Good night.